Hello, students, and welcome to your last screencast with Mr. Swan. What we're doing today is not really a lot. I'm just going to talk to you for a little bit. And our picture of the day is all the pictures of the day. So let's get right on to it. So I decided to make for you, as I usually do probably for my last class of the year, all the pictures of the day that we did together. And this year there were 90 of them. And how this works based on how it's actually formatted from Google, it all starts right up here with our very, very first one. Right. Talks about actually some hurricanes that happened a long time ago now, about 9 to 10 months or so. And it actually works and goes back this way. So they print in like pages of 9, and then you have the next page and it starts down here, then next, then back up. It goes all the way through, all the way until right now. And so I say my favorite, I think, couple of the year were definitely the ice volcano. I really did enjoy that in that class. The ice eggs on the beach I thought was funny. And probably my favorite scientific study of the year was the cows that they painted like zebras to see if the flies would land on them or not. Definitely the highlights for sure. So hopefully you enjoyed these. Long time ago, pretty much like how this happened, if I never told you before, is that when kids used to come in, I used to give them like the bell ringers, sometimes what they call it, is like a question. And it'd be like a question of work that did last class or something, some kind of problem. And nobody really enjoyed it. So I decided to change it up. And I was like, well, there's things always going on, I think, in science. So let's I'll just go and I'll look for an article. And then I'll put it up there and, maybe it will relate and maybe it won't. Or maybe some kind of cool picture about something. And then we'll talk about it. And I remember doing them for maybe the first month. It's been years now. I think it's like my 5th year doing this. And I remember being worried. Actually, I was like, what if there's nothing going on? Like, what if there's like nothing presented that week? Or like, what if there's no new articles about something? And honestly, that has never happened in years. There's always something. And the problem is that there's too much stuff. So here's actually a little behind the scenes. These are all links to other articles that I actually wanted to do, but there just wasn't enough classes to do them. From weird shaped frog skulls, to a large geo that they've actually found, to new stromatolites they found in Australia, to like this lost continent that's now actually under the ocean, to finding Captain Cook's Endeavour shipwreck. And like, so some weeks I would find like 4 or 5. And I'd be like, well, maybe if there's not anything next week, I'll just carry those like 1 or 2 over. And then next week would come along and there'll always be something new, so I just never get back around to it. So I think this is like kind of a good life lesson of there's always something going on and there's always something new to discover. And I feel like this is almost kind of like a proof of that. There's always something. And which from all these different fields, from history to archaeology to geology to astronomy to all of them. And there's even more stuff that I can put in, because I would find even cool articles that don't have a picture. And I'd be like, well, there's no picture, so I can't use that. So that actually happens quite a bit too. So I would do these pretty much every week for you to really realize that there's lots more to discover, and there's lots more to do for sure. So hopefully you enjoyed some of these. And so this is kind of it. I don't really have anything new for us to do today. This is really the last kind of day, last kind of screencast. So really this is kind of like my goodbye. And I will see you in the fall. And I won't be your teacher anymore, and you won't really be my student anymore, but we can still say hello to each other and I'll have a nice time. And eventually, one day I'll see you like out and about, and it's okay to make sure to wave and say hello. And then we can talk about things that are not science. That's okay too, which always seems to kind of come up as like a funny thing when I see students, when you're like, I'm not talking about like, in the hallway, but like when you're 30, that will happen like in Price Chopper one day. It'll be funny. So I'm looking forward to that. And other things I would like to mention, a big, big thank you. This has been a very difficult time for practically every single person. And for you to actually try to get through and try to do this work in a brand new way with people who have never even really done this before has been a challenge for sure, which I do recognize. And I appreciate your effort. I remember putting out like assignments, being like, I hope they understand this. I hope I'm doing okay. And you did fine. You actually did really good. And you kept right up along on your stuff. You handed in like everything. Your grades are excellent. There's a lot of like practically 100 averages. So enjoy that for your 4th quarter. And I don't really have anything else to say besides thank you. I mean, I really do appreciate your effort and work that you put in this year. And that's about it, I guess. So for the summer and summer assignment, have a good summer. I'm excited to see what's going to happen for the fall, and we'll be there to experience this cool, new social distancing learning together again. Maybe in the fall, but maybe not like this. And the things that you should do in the summer, I don't know, have a good summer, and I guess find something that you want to learn and continue to go do, and just go for it. I'm really enjoying actually making these videos, so I think I'm going to kind of expand upon that. And I was like, well, who am I going to do it for? And I was like, I'll just do it for the regular internet. So I'll probably make like a YouTube science channel just for fun. I'll call it like Swan Science or something. I have a Twitch channel, which I've never actually even used. So maybe I'll use that, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's more than my thing, but Swan Science on that one as well. And then we'll get together back in the fall. We'll talk about rocks. It'll be great. One last rock joke for you. Okay. Besides that, have a great day. Have a good summer. I will see you in a little bit. Okay. Goodbye.